Okay, guys, so I'm so glad that you're here on our joint meeting with my team and Megan's team. We're going to go over some of the really awesome things that some of us learned at convention this last week. It was really kind of an amazing experience. So I'm going to start off and just give you guys an introduction about what we're going to talk about. Stacey's going to share in just a minute. This is actually her very first convention, and she's going to talk about what she learned from it and what she experienced and things like that. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the Leaders Retreat and what that means, some motivation things and things that you can be thinking about for future. Leslie is on, so you're going to talk about the branding part of it that we had chatted about.
Sure.
Caro is going to talk about products. And then at the end, I'll kind of finish everything off. And if you guys have questions, what I'll do is I'll ask if you guys will mute for now. And then when it's your turn, go ahead and unmute yourself. And then at the end, if you have questions and stuff, we'll unmute, or maybe I think I can mute. We can unmute everybody, and then you guys can ask some questions. So we'll go ahead and get started. I just wanted to talk to you guys just for a second about what convention meant to me. This was actually my third convention to attend. I went to the Dallas one, and then I went last year to Phoenix with a 10-week-old. And then this year I came with just my husband. So that was super. It was really great for me to be able to come to this one, without distractions. Not that the babies are distractions, but I really was able to focus in on everything that they were teaching us. It was very, very emotional for me for some reason. I cried a lot, and I am not a crier, but I found myself being very weepy with a lot of things that they had talked about and stuff because of the fact that this means so much to me. I'm sure you guys understand, but these products, they've changed our family's life. They've changed our health. They've changed some of our, for lack of a better word, the wealth of our family, the way that we have been able to save and use our money wisely. And that has been, I think that just was really powerful for me. They had some really amazing speakers. Rita Davenport was one of my favorites. She was super motivating and absolutely hysterical. I want to be her whenever I grow up. She knew Dolly Parton, which is, even if you didn't know anything else about her, that was enough for me. I also felt like these people that stood up there and talked to us were full of integrity. And that's huge for me. If I don't believe in it, if I don't back it, if I don't trust it, then I'm not going to share it with you, and I'm not going to tell you about it. People that know me, what you see is what you get. And if you don't really like my opinion, that's okay. It's going to be my opinion anyway. And I'm really honest and real, and I appreciated the fact that the people that stood up in front of us were that too. The executive team, I wanted to just really touch briefly on that, but the leaders that we have at corporate are unlike anybody I've ever worked for. I will tell you that. I'm a teacher by trade. I have never had a principal tell me that my family and my faith come first and that I have to find balance in my life. And they said that from the stage. Alec Clark, our president, told us that he flat out said, he was like, prayer is a very important part of my life, and I'm sorry if that offends you, but I need you to understand that. And I thought that was really powerful. And regardless of what your faith story is, having something to believe in is huge. And giving us the permission to have something to believe in gives us that freedom to run with what we're doing. It gives us that freedom in that business. And to me, that is huge. Faith is very important to me, and my family is very important to me. And giving us permission to have that balance in faith and family and your business is so important, because I can tell you right now, being a teacher, our principal doesn't say that to us. They say, get your job done, make sure that you're prepared for those students. And if you're there at your school until 8 o'clock at night, that's not my problem. And there's nothing I don't want you to think that I'm speaking ill of my principal, because I've had amazing leadership with my principals, but I've never had them tell me that. I've never had them tell me, please make sure that you are balancing out your life. And they said that in front of 1,250 people. There are 12,500 people. That's huge. It just, that blew my mind. That blew my mind. And I thought that was really awesome. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Is Stacy on yet? We can switch over and see. Oh, there you are, girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you share with us and just kind of tell us a little bit about your first convention experience? Because you're pretty new to this business. And so this also being your first convention was huge. I would love for you to chat briefly about how your husband, Gabe, maybe changed Plexus or before the convention till now too, because I think that was pretty significant too.
Okay, sure. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. So I guess I'll start with my husband first, Gabe. He is very skeptical about anything new, as is pretty much my whole family. I am too. But so when I first talked to him about joining Plexus, he was definitely not on board. He was very skeptical. He thought it was a placebo, and he just kind of had all of these reasons why I shouldn't waste my time with it. And over time, he has come to accept it. And then he saw he came with me to convention last week, and actually prior to that, he was kind of just randomly asking me about the probiotic and how much does it cost and what does it do for you. And right before we came to convention, he's like, why don't you just order me some of that? I'm going to try it and see. And that was huge for me, because a little pitter patter went on in my heart, thinking and knowing that I think he's starting to get on board with this. And he also was telling his best friend about it, which was huge for me. His best friend has Crohn's. And so he kept talking to him about it. And his best friend actually called me to speak with me about the product. And then convention happened, and he could not believe all the people that were there. And like, this is the real deal. This is really happening. And he actually, Angie, I haven't told you this yet, but he told me, I can't remember if it was there in Vegas or when we got back. No, it was at the airport on the way home. We were just chatting because we kind of had a layover, and he's like, I will do anything you want me to do for you, for this business. I 100% support you, and I'm all in. So you just let me know what you need from me. I'm here for you. And that was huge. It kind of brings tears in my eyes because for him, being a military guy, I mean, he needs to see numbers. He needs to have the data, the statistics, everything to really, kind of believe in it, because he's a numbers guy. So that was really huge for me, and just confirmation in my heart that this is what I need to be doing now. Because before convention, I was on board and excited and loved the products that I've taken so far. But now it kind of just set it to a whole new level for me. And getting my husband on board is also huge, because it gives me the confidence in knowing that, I can do this. So anyway, convention was amazing. It was huge for me to see that room full of 12,000 some people that are members of Plexus, the ambassadors of Plexus, and all these people have their own business for $35 a year. That just blew my mind, that we all have our own business and there's not much investment in it except, our time and our hearts. So when I was thinking about what I was going to talk about tonight, I came up with some adjectives to describe the convention for me. And I had 4: exciting, emotional, encouraging, and empowering. And ironically, they all start with the letter E. So I call them the 4 E's. So I made just a few notes. Obviously, it was very exciting to be there. The energy in that room was blew my mind. The enthusiasm of all the ambassadors, the excitement, the testimonies, of course, just to hear everyone's testimony. I had heard a couple of them before, but seeing it live in person rather than on the computer was really neat. Of course, the music was fun. The Aerosmith cover band, it was funny. The training that we received too, I made a lot of notes about the training and all of that new stuff in the back office that we're going to have now to train our new ambassadors is really great for me because it's something that I can see, then I can send people and show people, just gives them more confirmation about the company. And then the momentum, it just kept building and building. I wasn't there the last day, but it was very, very, very fun. And then of course Vegas was in itself, just the people watching for me was great. Emotional, it was very emotional for me personally because it kind of brought out my why. I knew my why was, okay, I had a few smaller ones like pay off student loans, take the family to Disney World, little things like that. But watching, I think her name was Brenda Martin, is that right? With the 11 kids that she homeschools. Okay. So Brenda Martin was talking, and for me, she's a homeschool mom, and as I am too, but I only homeschool 3, not 11. She confirmed my why in that she and me, I want to show my children that I can be a stay-at-home mom, be a homeschool mom, but also be a career mom. Because my kids right now think that daddy brings home the bacon and he, provides financially for us what we have. And I'm like, I want to do that too, but I also want to stay at home and I also want to homeschool. So this is a perfect opportunity for me. So it really, really brought out the why for me that I want to show my kids that I can be a confident, successful career woman. Like even doing this call tonight, my son was like, but Mom, you need to put me to bed. You need to, because we always read and tickle backs. I couldn't do that tonight. And he was upset. Angie, I'm sure you can imagine Gavin. But anyway, so that brought out my why. So it was emotional, encouraging, very encouraging, all the diamonds getting up there and just speaking to us new ambassadors, not looking down on any of us, so exciting. And it was very, very encouraging for me. And knowing that they all start at the bottom and they work their way up. Most likely will take a couple of years, but it is possible and it can happen. And then it was also very empowering for me, again, being, stay-at-home mom, homeschool mom, just walking into that room, in that convention room, knowing that all these people are here for the same reason and that they can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. Mostly women, but it was great to see the men in there too. I think it helped the men, give them their confidence in knowing that they can also do it. So I think that's about it. There's more, but I know I probably shouldn't talk much longer, but it was amazing. Angie, thank you so much for encouraging me to go because I hesitated. My husband wasn't going to be able to go, and then he was, and so it was amazing for me. So that's it.
I'm so glad you got to go. I was telling Jason, I told Jason, I think I told you this, but everybody that doesn't know, I told my husband that his one goal for convention was to convince Kate that this was a good thing. And he did. He did. I think between you and Jason, y'all accomplished that goal of making sure that Gabe is on board. And I get so teary thinking about this because just knowing you guys personally and knowing that they talked that week too, they talked about negative self-talk, and I never want my friends and people that I love to think negatively about themselves. And so it really brings out the emotions in me thinking that the people that are on my team, you guys are my loved ones and my friends, and now I'm getting all emotional and I'm such an idiot. But I will tell you, I never want y'all to have negative self-talk. And even the people that are on Megan's team that are on this call, never ever think bad about yourself. I want you guys to always just breathe positivity into yourself. And if you have to go back to the basics, whatever it takes, because women are so crappy to each other sometimes. And I just want us to be positive, and I want us to love on each other and love each other from where we're at. And oh my goodness. If I want that for everybody. I pray for that for everybody daily. And that's the goal, is just to make us better. And so I could talk forever. Okay. Thank you for sharing, Stacey. That was so good. You're so awesome. Okay, Kara, do you want to talk about our products?
Kara. I do. I'm super, can you hear me? I don't know I'm super excited about them. I've been using both of them since Wednesday, so almost a week. And you guys, this is really super awesome. So the block is, Maya, go. Sorry. The block is fast acting now, so you don't have to wait 30 minutes to take it, which is huge, for people. I think that was one of the biggest complaints with it, is that you had to wait so long before you could eat after you took it, and people would forget to take it before they ate. So it's huge, and it has chromium in it now, which helps suppress the appetite a little bit, which is hi. Super great. Anyway, they've clinically tested it. That's another thing that's new and huge. You can say that it's been clinically tested. So that's huge. I have a lot of people that ask about that, and it's great. Vegetarian, gluten-free, non-GMO. The Edge. Have you guys tried the Edge yet? Because it's fantastic. Maya. It's seriously the bomb. Go away. Oh my word. Babies, right? Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at that. I've been using it since Wednesday, and my husband has definitely noticed a difference. I feel like I've been getting more accomplished. I've been doing more. I didn't feel jet lagged from the trip. And it's not keeping me up at night either. That's the other thing. Like, I've been bouncing up at 7 o'clock, ready to go, and going to bed midnight, 1 o'clock, getting stuff done, y'all. It's great. One of the things that I'm super excited about these two specific products is that in our back office, if you click on the tools tab, you can go down to the shareables tab underneath the tools, and there is a wealth of information there. There is digital brochures, there's videos, there's images. You can share them straight to Facebook from your website, and when people click on it, it will take them back to your website, which is really fantastic. And if you put an image on Facebook and somebody clicks on it, there's also a tab there to get more information about that product. So it's really, really great. I've used it several times in the last couple of days, and I am in love with it. Super great. Anyway, that's really all I have. I'm super excited about them. I'm done.
Good. Sorry, I was trying to unmute. Thank you, Kara. That's good. I will tell you, I have tried. I actually was, tracking our edge. We ordered the edge and had it in, and I was tracking it. And it was supposed to be here Saturday, and we live in an apartment right now, and it was not here. And Jason's like, where's that edge? We need it. He's been curriculum writing yesterday and today with his science team. And so he's like, I need some focus. And so I went and checked the mail yesterday afternoon, and it was there. And so we both took it today, and he goes, I feel like I was a little bit more focused than I was yesterday. And I will tell you, I took it this morning, and I told Stacy, because our girls were at volleyball camp together, and I was talking to her outside of her van, and I said, girl, I got to go. I got energy. I got to get some stuff done. And so I did all the laundry. All the laundry is done. I did dishes, stuff was cleaned up. I really didn't sit a whole lot today. Jason was at work. He came home. He was like, it looks great in here. What'd you do? I'm like, dude, it's the edge. I didn't want to sit down and just relax and watch TV. I wanted to be up and doing things. I went and ran. We had dinner with my family, and I'm still alive and not about to pass out. So I will tell you, it did not make me jittery. I only took one. I didn't even take two. I only took one, and I was ready to go. So I love this. And I will tell you guys, these two products are a great way to reach out to those former customers, those customers that have died off, your ambassadors that have died off. Say, hey, guess what? We have these great new products. And I think on Texas Plexus, I actually posted some examples of what to say. And so I'll share that with Megan for your team, Megan, so that you guys can see some examples of how to reapproach, I guess is the best way to say that, how to reapproach some people, because people aren't dead until they say they're dead, and you just never know. I wouldn't take too much time into it, because really it's the people that you know are into this, and they've fallen off for a reason, but maybe they just need a little encouragement to start back up. This Edge product is huge, and I think the Block is too, especially for your friends that love a good plate of pasta. That immediate, being able to take it and then immediately eating, I think is a big, big selling factor. Okay, Leslie, you want to go ahead and start and talk about branding?
It is.
Sorry. Go ahead, Kara.
Good.
Did you have something, Kara? I'm sorry. No? Okay. All right, Leslie, go ahead.
No, it's okay.
Kara's like, mute, unmute, mute, unmute. Like Stacy, this was my first year at convention, and I too was really impressed with all that Plexus pulled out for us. The difference is, from the beginning, Brian has been very, very supportive in me in this business. Like I told another friend that I brought on board with me right as soon as I started, she was one of the first people I thought of, was, we have something so good, you guys, we cannot keep that to ourselves. And convention just reiterated that for me. The relationships that we're building together as our team, like Angie said, that's a huge deal for me. And if nothing else happens from Plexus, if I make $0 from this point forward, the relationships I've made and continue to make are worth it. Totally worth it. That brings tears to my eyes. But you girls all mean a lot, and I think that we are our own little Plexus family. And I don't know how many other network marketing companies can say that, but that's a huge deal. But Angie wanted me to just jump on and talk a little bit about branding, which we learned about or talked about in our Senior Gold breakout session that Kara and I kind of jumped into instead of our silver session, but it was totally worth it to me. And then the other resources we learned about this week that are just available to us. So first of all, branding and social media, and whether you realize it or not, you're a brand now. You post one time about Plexus on Facebook, and you are now Plexus. And most of you know me, some of you don't. Like Angie, I'm a tell it as it is kind of person. And so that's been the hardest part for me, is not being able to get on Facebook and be like, you know what, I saw this lady today, we didn't get along, and blah, blah, blah. because that's me and that's how it would be. But then I have to think about, I'm trying to promote Plexus and I'm trying to promote this brand, and now I'm my own brand. And so I'm kind of, even for myself, having to reformulate the way I think about myself and the way I think about posting on social media. And when you're promoting something and trying to get people to buy into that, sharing your story, it's important to realize that no matter what it is, whether it's a Plexus post or a personal post, people are absolutely watching everything you say and do on social media. They're watching to see if you are consistent with your Plexus post. If you're posting once a week, they're not thinking it's a serious thing for you. They're thinking it's maybe I can do this, maybe I can't, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. They're thinking about if you're posting about Plexus and how it's changing lives, how it's changed your life, and how you feel better as a person, and how you're making these changes for your family and your health and all of those other things but then you're posting like 15 recipes that same week of desserts or alcohol drinks. I'll be the first to tell you, I love wine. I love alcohol. But if you see stuff on Facebook, learn how to use that save feature so you have it for yourself for later, but your friends and family or whoever's following you on Facebook doesn't see that as well. If you don't know how to use that, it's just the little gray down arrow up at the top of the post. You click that, it has lots of options. One of those is save post, save it for later. And then you go to your more section, and that's where all your save posts are. And that also leads me to friend other Plexus people on Facebook, whether they're on your team or whether they're not. The One Plexus platform is really a deal. I see that through other people I'm friends with on Facebook. I see that at convention. I guess that came about last year at convention, and it's just taken this big storm, and people are really following through. And that's a good motto. That's a company you want to be with. Nobody's stepping on you to get to the top. We're all in this to build each other up and get each other up to the top. We all want diamond. Some of us, it's going to take a little longer than others, but we all want to be there, and we all want everybody on our teams and everybody on our sidelines to be there with us. So if you're friending those other people on Facebook, what we post is yours to post. Make it personal, change it up and make it yours. But I've not met a single person yet that says, oh no, I'm going to post this, but please don't use it. Nobody will say that to you. Everybody is going to say, yes, absolutely. This is an amazing company, an amazing opportunity. We have amazing products. So use it. And then the other resource things like Kara kind of touched on is the tools section in our back office. Right now, it just has the new block and the new edge that if you use those shareables on social media, they will link directly to your back office. But I'm hoping the way that looks up, if you click into it, if you haven't yet, go in there and take a look at it. But that it says like search by product. So I'm hoping that means our other products are coming, and they're going to make shareables for us for our other products, because compliance is another big issue we're dealing with and that we have to be very careful of. So those are great resources. YouTube training. All of our training calls get posted on YouTube through somebody's channel or another. Go on there and watch them. And if you're like me, you look down below and see what else that brings up, and you see, oh, look, there's another video I want to watch. There's another video I want to watch. And 2 hours later, you realize you've been watching videos on Plexus for the last 2 hours, and you haven't done anything you really should be doing. But I think that was all I'm supposed to talk about. I kind of rambled. I'm sorry. But it all gets me excited. I want, like I said, we all want each other to be successful. And so whatever we can do for each other to make that happen is what we're all going to do.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to finish up. I was going to talk about the consistency club that they talked about, but I think I'm just going to post the information about that on our pages so Meg and I can get with you and we can do that. But it's a great program that they're starting for us to help us out with some consistency in terms of customers. It's really customer driven, which I know some people are not, but this is more customer driven. And I think there's some positivity to that. And so we'll post more about that later. I want to talk to you guys really, really briefly about Leaders Retreat. Leaders Retreat is here in Dallas this year. It's actually Grapevine, but it's at the Gaylord. Usually Leaders Retreat is at some Gaylord resort of some sort. And I will tell you, the Gaylord in Grapevine is gorgeous. It's right on Grapevine Lake, and it's really beautiful. Regardless of whether you're from here, you should want to get there because Plexus rolls out the red carpet for us. Not only did they do that at convention, but Leaders Retreat is a little bit of a smaller event. It is the top people in our company. And so you're getting to interact with more of the diamonds, more of the sapphires and emeralds, and be in those leaders, those up and coming people. You're getting to interact with them more. And I think that there's a benefit to that because you're able to learn from them easier. There's not as many breakout sessions. There's not as many meetings that you have because this really is a retreat. It's time for you to be able to relax and just enjoy yourself. Last year was at DC. The year before that, it was in Florida, in Orlando. And we did not go last year because we had, I think, 5 games over that weekend that we just could not pan out. We couldn't really pawn those off to the grandparents. So we just didn't make it happen. I earned it, but I just didn't get to go. It was in DC. They had Jewel. Remember Jewel? She came and sang for them, which was amazing. And the year before, you could earn trips to go to Disney World and stuff like that. And that's what Jason and I did. We went to Disney World. We had actually never been. And so we got to go as adults. It was fun. Leaders Retreat will build your belief above anything else, just like convention. These events, these corporate events, if you can get to them, they're going to build your belief in this company, in our products, in what we do, our teams. It's really incredible. I took some notes, so I want to make sure I'm including everything I say. If you want to get there, you can. And there are several ways to do that. There's some graphics that they posted on points. It's a separate point system than your regular points that you get and to move up to silver, gold, senior gold, etc. It's a separate point system, and they should have, I heard a rumor, they should have it out by tomorrow in your back office, an update of your numbers. So you'll be able to see what your numbers are at. Some of the things that I think are exciting, they give away cash for you. They give away a party. There's a party with at the Glass Cactus. If you've never been to Grapevine, the Glass Cactus, it's a really cool kind of venue, concert venue. There's a big, huge patio that looks out over Grapevine Lake. Celebrity chef tastings, more money, and then finally the big thing, which I have a dream to do this one day, $3,000 shopping spree at Nordstrom's. And that includes your airfare if you need it, and an extra night stay so that you can go shopping. They provide brunch. They have a personal shopper for you. The pictures that they have done in the past are nuts. It's crazy. Like, it is something that you want. And I'm not a big shopper. My husband will tell you that I'm the first to tell you this. If I can shop online, I will. But if I have a personal shopper and they're going to feed me, I might be okay with that. So y'all, if you can get there, get to Leaders Retreat. You will not be disappointed. You will not regret ever earning it. Every single one of us can do this, and I think every single one of us should. I want to leave you with just a couple of thoughts. To Rita Davenport talked, and like I said, she's my spirit animal. I want to be like her whenever I'm her age because she's fabulous. I want to leave you with a couple thoughts. She talked about get your ask in gear. I'm going to say it again. I did not say that word. Get your ask in gear. What do you have to lose? You have not because you ask not. And so if you're not asking people, if you are not talking to people about this, it's your own fault. What do you have to lose? Do you have to lose somebody that's going to not follow you on Facebook? Do they know you anyway? Okay, well, guess what? There's a very good chance that they're going to start following you again. And then there's an even better chance that they're going to eventually message you about these products. We have something, just like Leslie says, we have something that every single person needs. If they just need a vitamin, if they need an omega that they're not going to fish burp up, we have something that they need. This is a business that requires you to be courageous. Be courageous. Get out of your comfort zone. Don't be scared to offend somebody. People offend people all the time. Our stupid politics in this world today, what they believe about school versus homeschool versus private school versus public school. People are write offensive things all of the time, and we let it go by and we let it blow off. But for some reason, we are scared to share. This is our business. This is our livelihood. We're not scared to talk about other stuff. Don't be scared to talk about this. Please don't be scared. And then she also, the other quote that I love is that it costs you nothing to dream, but it'll cost you everything if you don't. What are your dreams? What are the things that you dream about? If you are dreaming, do something about it. I challenge you this week, do 2 things that will do something to push you towards your dream. Just 2. Even if you just do 2, it's still stepping towards the dream, your ultimate dream, whatever those dreams are. This says, people work harder for praise than praises than raises. To be entered in that drawing, I talked about it on one of my pages, to be entered into this drawing for your Starbucks gift card, you need to message me and tell me what are the things that motivate you? What are the things that you get motivated by? Is it people praising you? Is it public recognition? Is it money? Is it swag? Is it just a good pat on the back? Is it nothing? You're just intrinsically motivated? What are those things that motivate you the most? I haven't upgraded my Zoom thing, and it's free, and so it's telling me I have less than a minute left. So if I get cut off, I want you guys to know that's why. But those are the things. Don't be scared, guys. Don't be scared to go for this. It's uncomfortable. I'm not a salesperson. I'm a teacher, but I will tell you, this has been one of the greatest blessings of my life. And it has also been something that I feel like it has stretched me as a human to become a better person. So do something for yourself this week, and then talk to 2 people, or do something for 2 things. Do 2 things for your business this week is what I challenge you. Message me with what you said, with the praises and raises. Message me what motivates you so that you can be entered for the Starbucks drawing. And if you guys have other questions, feel free to talk to Megan or I. I will post more information about our call for next week, because it has to do with us starting the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell. So we'll contact you, or we'll get you some more information about that. So I'm going to end it. Sorry I'm ending it so soon, but I think I'm about to get cut off anyway. All right. Thanks, guys.